Good morning. Good morning. Thank you everyone for coming here today, and thank you for the invitation. Thank you very much. My name is Anthony Mele, and I am your candidate, nominee for the 17th Congressional District in this election. Many of you know me, many of you do not. So I'll introduce myself briefly as your neighbor, your friend, and a local businessman. I've worked a very long time in trying to help my community here in Rockland County, Bronx, and elsewhere. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I served in the U.S. Army for 6.5 years. I came out of the Defense Intelligence Agency. I held very high clearances. I worked and served in Saudi Arabia. I worked at the Office of the Assistant Chief of Staff for Intelligence at the Pentagon. Matter of fact, there's a plane where my desk used to be due to the attacks of 9/11. I understand security, national security. I have a master's degree in diplomacy, international conflict management. I have a bachelor's degree in international relations and counterterrorism. And I'm a president of a global security consulting firm that provides security service and consulting to heads of state corporations around the world. I've worked in West Africa, Latin America, the Middle East, and Europe. I understand business. I understand the business of government. I understand also what you understand intuitively. The reason why you're all here is because you know something is desperately wrong with government. And we also know the definition of insanity. And the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different outcome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the same laws of physics apply to political realities. We cannot elect the same people over and over and over again and expect a different outcome. We cannot play the blame game. And all I hear is the blame, the blame, the blame, and no solutions. I hear the same story over and over again as you do. Regurgitating the problem is not how a problem is solved. We do not fix it by fixing blame, we fix it by fixing the cause. And the cause has been, if we are in debt, if we are in deficit, it's because they're spending too much money. That's it. Haven't any of you wondered when you look at your paycheck? I remember when I first got my first paycheck. And I wondered who the heck that Mr. Fico was, or Mr. Fico was, and what the heck was he doing with my money? Now we find out that they've been overspending, overtaxing, and overreaching. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a solution. We have to vote Mr. Engel out, not because he's not a nice fellow, not because he's not a decent guy, but because he falls into the same trap in Washington, D.C., which is tax and spend our money irresponsibly. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Judge Matthew Byrne, who's running for State Supreme Justice. Obviously, healthcare has become a major football issue here. There are many hidden taxes, many hidden issues within the healthcare bill. As an example, when you sell your house on the profit, you have to pay 3.8% of the home sales. There's other major provisions that are small, hidden within the bill that I suspect most people don't even know, and I suspect more than half of Congress doesn't know. What's in the bill, because it's like 2,000 to 3,000 pages. The question is, will Congress, the people that are in Congress, be held to the same bill? Will they get the same health care? And what about these hidden taxes that are being used to fund it? Mele, please.
Thank you. You see what I mean? There they go again. The definition of hidden means to hide from you. If it's hidden, who are they hiding it from? They're the ones who put it in there. They're not hiding from themselves, and they're not doing us any favors by including themselves. They're our employees, not our employers. They work for us. They work for us. The employees don't have a better plan than the employer. This is ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. To obfuscate, to hide, to deceive, means to pull the wool over our eyes. I know that the people of the 17th Congressional District are tired of it, and I know that you're not going to tolerate it. This is not about health care, this is about control. 3.8% of your money from the home sales of your house goes to the government. What did they do? Did they ever help you pay your mortgage? Did they negotiate that real estate deal for you? Why do they deserve a 3.8% commission? Do they have a real estate license? How many people here have a real estate license? Raise your hand. How can they get a commission on a home sale that they don't have a license for? The law is supposed to apply equally to everyone, ladies and gentlemen. They are not doing us any favors. I'm going to use one word, and it's a dirty word. It's a dirty word in the Congress, but I'm going to use it, so hold on to your seats. You ready? Capitalism. Free markets. Let the free market reign. Let's apply capitalism to free trade. And watch what happens. This economy will take off like a rocket to the moon. If we can get government out of our way and the thinking of the nanny state. I don't need any government taking care of me. Do you?
No.
Do you?
No.
You know, if you do, you're going to die because you're going to starve. This government cannot even control its own checkbook. They're $1.2 trillion in debt. There's no money. If they took your money, then it's gone. And then they want to sell you a bridge that's broken too on top of it.
Right now, you can't, if you live in New York and there's a better plan in New Jersey that's cheaper, the current bill or the laws don't allow you to cross state lines or go to Hawaii or wherever. And I'm curious why it's not in the bill. Should it be in the bill? And how much should the free market play in this? Mr. Mele, we're going to start with you, please.
Capitalism, free trade, competition. This is how prices are controlled. I'm old enough to remember when doctors used to make house calls. I remember Dr. Colossus used to come, when I lived in the Bronx, Dr. Colossus used to come to Petona Avenue with his black bag and a lollipop. Make house calls because he had to compete with other doctors in the Yellow Pages to pay his medical school expenses. Now, let's do a show of hands. How many people have paid into Social Security? Raise your hand. How many, keep your hands up, how many people paid into Medicare? How many people paid all those FICO scores off your bill? It's our money. It's our money, man. It's not the government's money. It's our money. I'm addressing the Congress people. I am a candidate, and I am also a constituent and a voter, and I'm also a taxpayer. It's our money, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to remind us of whose money it is. The government does not create revenue. We do. Do not let them sell us a bill of goods that they're giving us something that belongs to us in the first place. I am trying to bring some common sense back to the Congress because it seems to be they are devoid and bereft of it. Do not let them try to sell us a bill of goods. If you want free trade, if you want better quality, if you want any kind of industry that there is, you create competition. Why in the world would there not be competition in the medical industry? Because the government had put up the wall to stop it.